What's up, everyone? I'm going to show you how to trajectory validate your rifle with the least amount of shots as possible. And to do that, there are things like just the system that I use. I can do it pretty fast. The first thing to make it go a heck of a lot faster is a chronograph. You can do it by beginning with the velocity that's on your box. For the most part, that is going to be pretty fast. You're going to be shooting a lot slower than that. So being able to shoot as you're zeroing and getting a good muzzle velocity, and then inputting that into the BDX program, putting it into your rangefinder, and then you can pretty much be set to go. So I just zeroed this gun. This is 6.5 Creedmoor, just the standard cross. I've got a Whiskey6 Sig scope on it that I'm shooting in MOA. And I am shooting a can, and I haven't shot a distance with this can yet. I just zeroed it. As I was zeroing it, I got an average muzzle velocity of 27.13, so I'm going to punch that in to the app here. So first, I'm going to go into the BDX app, and I'm going to create a new profile. And then what I do in the new profile is I'm going to name it whatever I want it named. And with the rangefinders, like the 10K and then the 8K, these are my two favorites. The display in here allows you, instead of it saying like gun 1, gun 2, gun 3, and you have to remember which gun you have for gun 1 and 2, you can name them and they will actually pop up in the rangefinder as you name them. So I have my muzzleloader programmed in here right now. It says muzzleloader Blackhorn 209, BH 209. I can go into my settings and quickly change that over into what I have this one called, which I'm going to call it the Coyote 6.5, because this is a setup that I'm going coyote hunting with this weekend. And then in bullet data, this is where you are going to input some of your things. So bullet diameter, you can manually input those, or if you go to your bullet data, the library, the back end of this is applied ballistics, and so they have a whole bullet library. You can go into that. We're going to select 264 because that's 6.5. Go down to I am shooting the Sierra tipped Match King bullet here. It is a Sig Elite Hunter tipped their ammunition, but that is a Sierra Match King tipped on there. So 130 grain. So I'm going to go to Sierra, roll down here, tip Match King. Going to select that. The drag model, I want a G7. And then it's going to auto-populate a lot of that stuff. What it will not populate is your firearm. So your muzzle velocity, 27.13. Punch that in. Our twist rate is 1 and 8. We're going to go down to our sight height. 175 is what it's auto-populated to. We're going to change that to 2.25. You measure that from the center of your barrel to the center of your scope. 2.25, and then we're going to hit save. So we're going to save those changes, and then we're going to make sure that everything is paired. And then we're going to make sure that the BDX is highlighted and that little blue button is highlighted next to the range card and next to Coyote 6.5. And what that's going to do is it's going to make sure that that is loaded in into the rangefinder. And I set a plate out there yesterday at 467. It's telling me to dial 8.28 MOA. So dial 8.25, and we're going to shoot. And we're going to see where we're at. Got a little right to left here, but it's not turning the windmill anymore. Okay. If you're using your box, so let's say I shot and my shot was high. What I'm going to do is, as I shoot, I can go into my rangefinder, and that is going to connect to this rangefinder. It is going to auto-populate all of the data that the rangefinder is seeing. It's going to show me on my phone. What that's going to do is, if I was shooting high, I can come down here to this, not right next to the range card, this little circle here. We're going to go to muzzle velocity, and it's going to say our shot placement. Was our shot placement high or low? And in this case, we'll say it's high. And inches. And we're going to say that it was high 6 inches. We're going to confirm that. Go to OK. It's going to resync. And then we're going to go back, and if we go back into our custom profile, we will see that the muzzle velocity has changed to 2880 because it said we were shooting high, so it's trying to speed that up so it brings our thing down. That's how you trajectory validate, using as least of shots as possible.